Welcome to Let's Talk America with your host, Sally Jensen. And now, here's Sally.
Good morning, America. My name is Sally Jensen, and here with me today is Dr. Hans Frouzenschnell, a neurophysicist who's recently given up his position of high authority to become a park ranger.
Thank you very much, Susan. It's a pleasure to be here on your fabulous show.
It's Sally. So what was that like, giving up your position of renown and authority as a neurophysicist to become a park ranger?
One day I say, Hans, what do you really want to do? The age-old question, where is the cheese when you want to find it? And so I say to myself, Hans, what do you want to do? I want to be with the animals, and the nature. And the nature is where my heart is. Where my heart is. So I went to the local park and recreation district. I'm sorry, my English not so good. I went to the local park and erection district. And basically, they say, you have no experience with the park and erection district, and I have no idea how to respond. My English, not so good.
No, your English is fine.
I totally emphasize what you're trying to say, Susan.
It's Sally.
Susan.
It's Sally.
Karen. Susan.
Was it easy for you to obtain this position with all of your schooling?
As you probably know, Susan, it's a hard world out there. There's not a lot of job. The economy very Schnoozenfrau is what we call Schnoozenfrau. Sorry, I mispronounced. So I say to the man, my name is Hans Frouzenschnell. I am a world-class neurophysicist. I have been through 17 years of hard training, and I do mean hard training. They are very, they crack the whip. And I found that I want to work with the animals and the nature. I look around, I see all the beauty of the world, and I think, I want to touch it. I want to, hello little chipmunk, hello little chipmunk. Yes, little chipmunk. That is what I tell them. So, naturally, I had to wait in line 17 days. 17 days on the cold, on the rain, and the poopy diapers. And that is when they come to me and they say, Hans Frouzenschnell, which is, I say, I do not hear you. I do not hear you. And they say again, Hans Frouzenschnell. And I say, okay, this time I hear you. What? And they say, you should probably come in tomorrow around 7 o'clock in the morning and bring the pretty fancy clothes, because the fancy clothes is where you will find the park ranger essence. So I put on my favorite scarf. It's very soft. I use it to woo the chipmunks. I say, hello, little chipmunks.
So why do you enjoy animals so much?
It's funny you should ask that, Karen.
It's Sally Jensen.
I went a long time when I was a younger man, when I would not even touch the animals, because they were filthy, they carried diseases. Sometimes, they touch you in your no-no spot. They would touch me in my no-no spot and I would say, no, little chipmunk, not right now. I'm having a bad day. But in time, the animals and I, we learned to become friends. We learned to have the Freiburger Faber, how you say in English, they make love. Learn to make love to the animals, to show my love. And there were many times when the local yak would come and it would try to touch me on my nipples.
He would touch your nipples?
Yes, right on my nipples, where they know that's a bad place to touch. You do not touch the nipples. My country is a big fadoodle now to touch the nipples. But I'll be honest with you, Susan, this is a very touchy subject. I'd like to maybe change the subject to talk more about the Park and Erection District, where I'm working now.
I think you mean Parks and Recreation.
It's a good place, lots of happy sunshiny days, and there's no monkeys here, which I was initially a little disappointed to know there's no monkeys on the US in the trees. No lemurs.
So you really have a bond with ducks.
The ducks. There are 14 different breeds of ducks on this park alone, 4 of which do not ever wear hats.
They wear hats?
I come from a small country just on the eastern peninsula of Brussels, and they have ducks that wear hats all day, every day. They do little tricks, they have little lassos. No ducks doing tricks here. It's been a bit of an adjustment. You do not understand these things, and that is okay. You are a lowly journalist, lowly lady. You probably never learn to read, like in my country. They do not let our women learn to read. It's for the best, really.
Well, we need to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Frouzenschnell. Thank you for joining us, America. I'm Sally Jensen. Bye-bye.
Well, that's inappropriate.